My son sacrificed his life to save me. These powers are not a gift, but a curse.
Hello, Aldis. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How you doing?
I am doing well. Well, my name is Liz. I'm representing Ebony. And first thing I have to do is ask, was that a grasshopper that you actually just ate in Mexico? Because I need to know.
Yeah, yeah, it was. It was actually really tasty. It almost kind of tastes like nuts or like a sunflower seed. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Um,
interesting.
it was my second time having grasshoppers, and yeah, I was a little pensive, I guess. But look, you in Mexico, you got to go all out. You got to hit the local cuisine. You know, they also have a delicacy that blew my mind called ant roe. They eat red ant eggs,
Okay.
and they took us to a dinner where they had the ant eggs out there, and I had some ant eggs. It wasn't bad though.
What
I
does it do for
Yeah,
you? It's like healthy or
I have absolutely no
not?
idea,
Okay.
but I was just gonna roll with it and not ask questions because I just wanted to survive the whole experience. But yeah, ant eggs, sea snail, like they have a thing with bugs, but those bugs are delicious. I'm not gonna lie.
All right. Well, I will keep that in mind when I actually go next year. So let's get right into it. We all
Yeah,
know the DC universe is a huge place with plenty of heroes who we've been around for centuries now, gracing our screens.
yeah.
Hawkman, finally gets his chance to shine and make his cinematic debut. Now, in what ways do you think Hawkman will capture the love and popularity of fans like DC heroes of the past?
So I'm stepping into this with Hawkman already having so much love. So coming into it, knowing how much the fans really dig into Hawkman, how much they were excited to actually see a version of Hawkman in the film, you know, for the first time. I just wanted to honor the fans there. I wanted to honor and respect. And I feel like with new fans who may not know Hawkman yet, um, you know, just try to understand him from me. I tried to understand him from a humane point of view. Who is the man behind all of that, and what is really driving him? And his journey in this film, is something I think we can all connect with, which is really coming to a place of understanding how to respect somebody else's vision, how to respect somebody else's way of being. Um,
Right.
you know, sometimes we come to the mat imposing things, and then we have to humble ourselves and learn. But as a leader, I think it's emblematic of true leadership to learn how to respect other people's opinions. So there's a real lesson in his journey when it comes to this film. But aside from that, he's just an incredible character. His powers are amazing. The fights that we see are insane.
Mhm.
And this is, in the biggest way possible, one of the grandest battles we will ever see in the DC universe. So I think that people are really going to love who he is as a hero, as a warrior, and as a human being.
For sure. I agree. I agree. Now, speaking about the fighting, there were a lot of cool scenes in the movie, but which scene was your favorite to shoot and why?
That's a tough one because I I don't want to give away spoil. There's a fight. Maybe the first encounter
Okay.
with Black Adam, right?
Okay.
And that's simply because it was the first. This is like the beginning. You'll never get another first when it comes to these things.
Mhm.
So getting in there, you know, shaking off the anxiety and the nerves and just going, you know, full force, flying into walls, destroying things, having
Mhm.
to deal with the choreography, having to deal with really maximizing who these characters are in this space. I think the first one set the tone for everything and it set it off for me. So it has a special place in my heart, and it's hard to match that.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. Let's get into the cast. I mean,
Get it.
everyone was phenomenal. What
Ah,
was it
yeah.
like working with Dwayne, Pierce, Quintessa, and Noah? What was that energy like on set?
Oh man, the energy was great. This is a rare occasion where you go to work and you actually like everybody.
Mhm.
And you actually have fun there. You look forward to going to work. So DJ is awesome because you're not just dealing with somebody who's an actor. You're dealing with somebody who's a creative. You know, he's a
Mhm.
creative producer on there. He's taking care of the team, taking care of set. He's very giving. And, you know, there were times where he would just say, all right, well, you know, there's a line here that you know, I think we can switch this up to make this other character more appealing to the audience, more likable to the audience, right? So he's thinking about how to take care of the other characters. It's not just about him. So he's truly a team leader in that sense. Noah and Quintessa, incredible. I love their energy. Noah is one of the sweetest brothers I've ever met. Q is awesome. They are coming into their own fullness with this film, and I love to see it because they are both Q and Noah are both just really genuine. Honestly, just you know, you just you love 'em. Like and Pierce is the definition of what a gentleman is. He is amazing. I wish I could work with that brother for years to come. He's awesome. Sarah, you know, Sarah Shahi, I worked with her on the first season of City on the Hill. So it's nice to come back together.
Right.
And for us, I mean, you know, we were already friends, but it's weird to go from City on the Hill and realizing like we never would have seen this in our future. For us to
Right.
be a part of the biggest movie of our career together. You're like, you know, if you told us that back then, we wouldn't have believed you.
Yeah.
Mo Amer, incredible. If anybody knows, they better support that brother. His work on Netflix, his show, his stand-up special is incredible. There's Bodhi Sabangui, who's the young brother in the film who plays Sarah's son, Amon. We have Marwan Gonzalez. Like the entire cast brings so much richness, so much talent, so much individuality
Yeah.
that I don't think that any other casting would have been. This is the most perfect it can get. You know,
Mhm.
everybody's falling into their world seamlessly, but they were all really, really wonderful people. And, you know, again, we're just lucky that we got the people that we got.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely is seen on film. It's very authentic, very relatable. I love your relationship with Noah. It's
Thank you.
it's so very relatable. My little sister, she has Down syndrome, and it's kind of hard to impress her, but she
Oh, yeah.
checked the movie with me, and you guys see, she just got a kick out of that every
Oh,
time.
that's awesome.
So
That's awesome. Thank you.
I definitely loved that. Now, again, you did a great job, very convincing in your character.
Thank you.
But how do you hope to be remembered in this role when it comes to representation as a Black superhero?
So in terms of representation, for me, it's important that, you know, little black and brown kids around the world who don't see themselves often in this space, I hope they can see themselves and believe that this is meant for them. Oftentimes we get in spaces and we're like, well, I hope to get there, but I don't really believe in it, or I'm
Yeah.
not supposed to be here. And, you know, I want them to take away the idea of it being imaginary. And I want them to reinforce and know the idea that this is meant for them. This is real, right? For anybody else around who doesn't understand the conversation of representation and why it's so necessary, I hope that this helps normalize the idea of us being seen in these spaces so we can kill the conversation of, well, why are you here? Because people don't often realize when they ask me about being in a specific space, they're asking me to justify myself. They're asking me to explain to them why I'm there. And that's not the conversation that needs to be had. The conversation that needs to be had is why don't you
Mhm.
believe I'm supposed to be here? This
Mhm.
is natural. This is normal. So, you know, when I was talking to Jean, our director, because obviously there was questions around me in particular, you know, taking this role in the beginning. Now all those questions are shut down. But you know, Jama said, "Look, brother, you got the job because you were the best actor for the role." That's
Mhm.
how it should be when it
Right.
comes to this industry. We shouldn't have to always explain because having to explain and justify why we are there is having to earn our spot again. Let
Mhm.
me earn this. No, 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 no. We should be granted the same viable space of opportunity to do what we can do in its full glory, like everybody else. And for me, I hope that taking on this space in this role. And hopefully, as we continue to tell this story with this character, through this character, it can continue to diminish and eventually eviscerate the negligent conversations about why we are not supposed to be in spaces. I hope it reverses things and
Mhm.
opens the door for people to be more empathetic and more uh I hope they learn how to apply the actual means of what integration looks like. And it doesn't start from giving by person a checking a box with, hey, here's a, here's a space. It starts in your mind with realizing this is normal.
Yeah.
Integration, diversity, that's normal. So I'm
Right.
not going to ask you to explain why you're here. I'm just going to accept why you're here and I'm going to love it. Simple as that. You know what I mean?
First of all, the answer to that question was amazing.
Oh,
Just
thank you.
hats off for that. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Now, back in 1961, Hawk Girl was introduced and she fought off criminals with Hawkman on Earth. If the opportunity did arise to do a film and incorporate Hawk Girl, who would you love to see play opposite of you in that role?
Someone asked me this question recently. Honestly, I couldn't think of anyone. Nothing came to mind, but that's because I think I'd like to explore new talent. I would love Hawk Girl to be an introductory vehicle for, a new superstar, and plenty of fresh talent out there that's still untapped, undiscovered. And I think I would like to have some fun figuring out who Hawk Girl is.
Yeah, that would be extremely dope. I hope that can come into fruition soon.
Yeah.
Last but not least, I have to also ask you this. Did you take home the helmet? Because I know you talked about it. I need to know because you are definitely Hawkman in real life.
I tried. Actually, that's one of my priorities right now is just trying to figure out how I can get the helmet. Because I'm like, all right, look, we shot it. We done. We have no more reshoots. I know y'all don't need that helmet again. So slide one to your boy real quick. You know what I'm saying? Just slide one my way. But I absolutely need one. That is one thing that I think from taking anything from a movie set, that would be the coolest thing I would ever have taken in my entire career. Is that helmet. Yeah.
For sure. I love it. Well, again, congratulations. I definitely enjoyed the film, encouraging so many people to go out and watch it, and just keep up the great work. And thank you so much for chatting with us over at Ebony.
Thank you. Thank you.